Chapter 8. I am not in a student's head anymore. I am slammed back into my own skin, and the sensation is a physical assault. I hear a sharp, mechanical alarm, a high-pitched whine that vibrates in the fluid surrounding me. Through the roar of the machinery, a voice shouts, muffled but frantic. Output levels picking on level 81. Vessel synchronization is dropping. High alert on the main feed. The realization hits me like a cold wave. So that's where they keep me. Level 81. I feel the crushing weight of my own limbs, heavy and useless. I feel the viscous pressure of the stasis fluid against my face, and the silver bite of the sensors inserted into my spine. I can see my own hands through the glass of the tank, thin, pale, and glowing with a sickly gold light. Silver tubes are snaking out of my chest, carrying my gold essence away into the walls. Then the static screams, and I am dragged away from the tank, back down through 80 floors of stone and secrets until I am shoved back into the passenger seat of Alex's mind. The static clears, and we are standing on a narrow tongue of black obsidian. There is no target fort. There is no sky. We are suspended in a blinding, shadowless glare, a vast, milky white abyss that is stretching into an infinite horizon that doesn't exist. There is no floor beneath the stone path and no ceiling above it. It is an endless room, a dimensional nightmare. Thousands of white doors of different sizes are floating in the distance like crumbs on a tablecloth, each one being a gateway to a place I'll probably never see. Directly ahead of us, piercing this nothingness, is the spire. I realized then why the common people in Target Fort have always called it that. They didn't use the name Nexus Library. They whispered about the spire with a mix of dread and reverence. From the outside, there is no library. There is only this jagged, 100-level monolith of light-absorbing stone, anchored to the void by laws of physics that feel highly questionable. Pulse. A rhythmic wave of white energy surges from the base of the spire and travels upwards. I feel it in my real chest on level 81. Every floor of that building is a layer of a trap. I am in there, 80 floors above the students, and I am the engine making the whole thing breathe. I can feel a phantom gravity pulling at my soul, trying to drag me out of Alex and move me up towards the higher floors where my body is sitting in his artificial cradle. Don't look at the edges, Alex, Margot whispers. Her voice sounds thin, as if the white void is eating the sound. She is still holding Alex's hand. Her grip is the only thing keeping him from drifting away. Alex looks down, and I see it through him. There is no ground, just a drop into a white void that goes on forever. He swallows hard. His heart is hammering a concerned rhythm against my shared ribs. One by one, keep the line. Nikiti's voice echoes, though he sounds like he is miles away. The walk is a nightmare. The bridge is barely a meter wide, with no railings. Alex's legs feel like they're made of water. Every step is a battle against the dizziness. At the end of the bridge, the archway of the spire is looming. 2 gray masks are standing guard. Mages in ugly, gray robes. They are carrying crystal staffs that are humming with a dangerous, high-pitched frequency. Everybody, halt! Identification and resonance scan, the lead guard commands. He holds up a circular gray lens. This guard is level 1 security. He hasn't been briefed of the vessel program. He doesn't know that the department has shoved a simian soul into a depressed school student To him, we're just another pair of kids. The guard passes the lens over the student in front of us. Green light. Then he steps in front of Alex. As the lens hovers over Alex's chest, the gray glass begins to vibrate. A swirling gold light begins to dance in the center of the lens. A signature that shouldn't be there. The guard's brow furrows. He tilts the lens, and the device begins to emit a low, aggressive whine. "We have a signature," he says, with his voice dropping. "Dual resonance, high output frequency. This student is carrying a..." Margot stumbles. It's a clumsy, sudden movement. She lurches forward. Her hand is flying out to steady herself. Her palm brushes hard against the guard's arm, and for a fleeting second, the gray lens is obscured by her travel cloak. I see it. Alex is too busy panicking to notice, but from my perspective, a ripple passes through the air, a subtle distortion in the light that tastes like ozone. It is a flicker of yellow, so brief and so precise that it feels like a secret whispered in a roar. The lens flickers. The aggressive whine stops. When the guard pulls it back, the light is a steady, boring green. "Damn resonance!" he mutters, shaking the device. He looks up at the spire, where another massive pulse of white power is surging through the central core. The channeling is so heavy today, it's blowing out the sensors. "Move through, kids. Watch your step." Margot pulls Alex forward. Her hand is still locked on his. As we pass under the massive obsidian archway and enter the cool, dark interior, she leans in close to his ear. "The spire is a dangerous place, Alex," she whispers. Her amber eyes are catching a stray spark of light. "You have to know how to hide what you're carrying." We step into the heart of the spire. The endless room of the Simeon corridor is replaced by the hollow, vertical shaft of the atrium. Balconies of 100 floors disappear into a pinpoint of light above us. It's silent here, a heavy academic silence that feels like it's being enforced by the stone itself. Alex is sitting at a heavy obsidian desk on level 2, staring at a scroll on recursive dimensional spells like it's a death warrant. I can feel the weight of his gloom. It's that familiar, rhythmic thud in his chest that feels like burying a secret. He isn't studying, he is just existing in the space between the letters. To his left, Margot is leaning over her own work. The light from the central atrium is catching the amber in her eyes. "Channeling status 24%. Internal temperature rising." The voice in my head is back. It's sharper now that we're inside the spire. Every few minutes, the TV screen of Alex's vision glitches. The smell of old parchment and floor wax flickers, replaced by the sterile scent of ozone and the sound of bubbling fluid. I am dragged back to the sight of my own pale feet, submerged in the tank of level 81. Then the world doesn't just flicker, it breaks. The library dissolves. Margot's proximity is swallowed by a sudden, violent surge of orange. I am dragged out of the passenger seat and into a void that feels like a fever dream. It's a room made of copper light and static, smelling of burnt citrus. Sasha is there. She's standing in the center of the void. Her eyes are like emerald needles, looking at me, the real me. "You're fighting it, Max," she says. Her voice is clear, stripped of the static. "You're wasting the gold trying to make the potato feel comfortable. It's a bad investment." "I'm not an investment, Sasha." I spit back. In here I have my own voice. I am a person. Not that anyone in this needle seems to remember that. You've got me in a tank on level 81 and a ghost in a student on level 2. What more do you want? "We want you to survive," Sasha says, with her tone shifting into something clinical. "Do you think Louis picked Alex at random? We needed a very specific kind of container for you, Max. A simian soul of your magnitude is like a star. If we put you in a mage with talent or a man with a future, you would have burned through him in an hour. Your spirits would have fought for the wheel until both of you were ash. She walks around me. The orange void is rippling with her footsteps. We needed a void. We needed a boy whose own soul was so quiet, so stagnant that he wouldn't even notice a passenger. Alex is a depressed degenerate because his life is a flat line. His gloom isn't just a mood, Max. It's a biological buffer. It's the only thing keeping your gold from exploding. He is the perfect vessel because he expects nothing from life, so he doesn't resist when we take it. You're using him as a biological dampener, I rasp, letting the horror of it sink in. He's just insulation for your wire. He is the only reason you are in a scream in the void right now, Sasha counters. She waves a hand, and the ceiling of the mind room disappears. I see a gathering on level 100. 10 elite mages are suspended in the webs of my own gold power. Their skin is so thin I can see the energy burning through their veins. They're shaking. Their minds are stretched across the worlds like thin wire. They are the searchers, Max, Sasha whispers. They're drinking your soul so the red chaos doesn't turn your home into a crater like she did with the royal castle. They are dying to keep the lights on and you're complaining about the cage? Do you think they're enjoying this? Max? They are hunters. They're using me to find Martha. I yell, and the void shakes with a surge of my own anger. You're using my blood to kill the only person who actually cared about me. She could have taken everything from me back at the start. She could have drained me dry when I was weak, but she didn't. She's the only one who didn't look at me like a battery. Sasha's face hardens. She didn't take it then because she's a predator, Max. Predators know how to wait for the kill. You think she's a queen? She's a starving wolf. I've seen her, Max. She's in the elven woods right now and she's licking. She's licking horribly, Max. She can't even hold the power she stole without it burning her. She's not coming for you because of some grand romance. She's coming because she's empty and you're the only thing that can fill the hole. You're lying. She loves me. She looked at me and saw something worth keeping, even though I was a small bug for her. And you think her keeping you is better? Sasha roars. Her clinical mask is finally cracking. I'm trying to keep you whole. Martha will eat you until you're a ghost and then move on to the next source once you've been spent. I'm giving you a purpose. You're not a victim, Max. You're a pillar. It's time you started acting like one. She grabs my arm, and the touch is a sensory shock. Hot, real, and terrifying. She's coming, Sasha whispers. And when she breaks into level 81, I want you to do one thing. Look at her eyes. Don't look at her face. Look at her eyes and see if she's looking at you or if she's looking at the gold leaking out of your chest. See who the real monster is then. The orange void starts to spin. The heat becomes a roar in my ears. Snap. Alex stumbles back so hard he nearly hits the floor. His quill flies out of his hand, splashing ink across the desk like a black blood stain. He's gasping. His heart is fluttering in his chest like a trapped bird. Alex! Margot is here. Her hands are on his shoulders. Her amber eyes are wide. I'm okay. Alex mutters, rubbing his face. His skin is cold and clammy. Just the spire, the resonance is heavy today. Margot doesn't pull away. She leans in, her scent, salt and something sharp, filling Alex's head. She looks up towards the higher levels. Her eyes are narrowing. There wasn't resonance, she whispers, with her voice so low only Alex can hear it. There was an orange breach. Someone was in your head, Alex. Alex looks at her, and for a second the disappointed potato is gone. He looks at her, joy in hands, then at the sharp, knowing look in her eyes. Who are you? Margot, he asks, with his voice like gravel. I stay silent in the back of his mind. My real heart on level 81 is pounding. Sasha's words are a cold weight in my stomach. I look at Margot and I wonder if she's just another person waiting for the sun to come out so she can warm her hands. It turns out it doesn't matter if it's for order or for love. I'm just the firewood and nobody cares about the face of the kid they're using to keep the room warm.